Hi guys. Oh my gosh, I'm already getting emotional. I'm probably gonna cry, just warning you ahead of time. As you can tell by the title, this is a very emotional experience and it's been pretty hard for me. And I've debated on whether I want to share it publicly, but ultimately I do, because while looking this up for myself, I haven't really found anybody else that can relate to the loss I'm going through right now, because it's so unique. I mean, really, it is. I've never known anyone that this has happened to, and so I want to share like what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and how I'm processing this right now. So I was recommended to my therapist back in 2020. She had gone through several things in her life that I had gone through. So my marriage counselor actually recommended her to me. And I started going to her, loved her immediately. It was great. We had to do everything over Zoom because it was during COVID. And yeah, we just couldn't connect in person at that time. She was with me when all shit hit the fan and my life imploded. And she knows more about me than anyone else ever has. And she was really like a mother to me. Like really, I know it's weird and it's tricky because it's a therapist and client relationship. So there was never anything that was like unprofessional or anything. But naturally you're going to connect with the person that you're telling your life story to. And she and I like pretty much immediately connected. She would even tell me that I was kind of like one of her kids. She had just graduated with her master's. And so when she took me in, she was still kind of an intern. She was like making that transition. So I was one of her very first clients, and she had worked really hard to get to where she was. In 2022, we were finally able to meet in person. And that was so special. I don't know if you guys have ever like met somebody in person that you were talking to online for such a long period of time, but it's so special to like see them in the flesh. And it was great. I really felt like my therapy really did a jumpstart after that, because having that one-on-one in person, I didn't realize how valuable that was until I had been missing that, and then I had gotten that. And I think it helped me a lot. So in around April, she was telling me that she didn't think I really needed to do therapy anymore. She was like, I feel like you've really made big strides, and I feel like you've come really far, and I think that you can take a break or just not be in therapy right now unless you want to be. And then of course you can. But she was like, my recommendation is just like, maybe you take a few months, you know, and then if you decide you want to come back, come back. And so I was like, that's okay. Yeah, we'll do that then. So the last time I saw her was in April of 2022. And then around like December, I emailed her asking if I could come back, because I just really felt like I needed to come back to therapy. And I've been thinking about her so much. And so it was just like, I missed her direction. There's this person who knows literally everything about me. Like I can just easily pick up in my sessions and go back to where we left off. And she didn't reply. I was about to say respond. She didn't reply. So I started kind of doing some digging, and I found out through her family on Facebook that she had actually passed away. And I was just like not expecting it. It was such a huge shock to me. She was only 56. And I guess it was a really short battle with cancer. I didn't even know she had it. But she passed away in October. So from the last time I saw her in April until October, sometime during that, she got diagnosed and then passed away. And the funeral was in November, and I wasn't able to go because I just found out about it like 4 days ago. So I feel like while a lot of people are in their grief of knowing about it for the last few months, I'm in this grief point where it's still new and fresh and kind of a shock. And it's such a strange loss. Like that's the only way I can describe it to people when I when I've told my friends and family about this. It's strange. Because I wasn't her family, I wasn't her friend. But we had a connection still. And so it's like, how do you process the death of the person who helped you process life? The process of finding a new therapist just sounds so daunting right now and overwhelming that I don't even want to do it. But I feel like I need to process this with a professional because I was just not anticipating this, obviously. And it's just kind of thrown my life for a loop. And it's been so hard. Like I think about it randomly throughout the day and I just start crying. She made such an impact on my life. She was my therapist for 1.5 years. And she was great at what she did and just had that passion and honestly like love for her clients. Like I could feel her heart through the screen and in person. She was just amazing, and she would always encourage me to go back to school. Not back to school, I never went to college, but she would encourage me to go to school to become a therapist myself because she told me that she could see so much of herself in me, and she would just encourage me to like better myself. Even when the session was over, you know? She just cared. And I'm sad. This has been a loss for me, and I'm, like I said, it's strange and I'm just trying to figure it all out, but if you've gone through it, you're not alone. I'm with you in this. I honestly don't know where to go from here or how to process this, but I guess it's just like one day at a time. But if any of you have gone through this and you have advice for me, please don't hesitate to either like tell me in the comments or reach out to me on Instagram. But I'm so thankful for all the lessons she taught me and the words that she gave me that I'm going to carry for the rest of my life. Like I said, she was there in my darkest moments. She saw me at my very worst. And so much of her wisdom and advice is going to follow me for the rest of my life. So I'm so grateful for her. I would give a tribute with her picture and name at the end, but I haven't talked to her family or anything, and so out of respect, I'm definitely not going to do that. But my deepest hope is that she knows how much she impacted my life and how grateful I am for her. And I wish I could tell her in the flesh, but I'll never be able to. And so grief is weird. It's hard. I've lost so many people this year and it's been tough. But thanks for watching until the end of this video. I'll keep you guys updated on how I process things.